One with nature.
A bitter pill to swallow. Bow your head.
Alright, let's finish this fast. Clouds high. The birds come. Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Traveler? Paimon?
Kinich! Fancy meeting you here! We've actually been looking for you.
I'll get straight to the point. I hear you accepted a proposal from Elder Trinidad.
Oh, the, Turnfire Knight, you mean. You were still his first choice, it's just... Oh, jeez. It's not what it looks like, promise.
Chill, it's cool. I only mention it because there's something you should know. And I suspect Elder Trinidad hasn't been completely forthcoming with you. His true intention is to resolve the Mountain King problem once and for all.
Once and for all? You mean this'll be the last Turnfire Knight ever?
That's right. He wants to use you to send the Mountain King to the Night Kingdom.
To the Night Kingdom?
To his death.
Whoa, 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 are you serious right now? You shouldn't go blurting out accusations.
Too blunt? There is potentially a possibility that Elder Trinidad may be hoping that...
But that's ridiculous! He told...
And that glory comes at a price.
Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our... yes, and the not...
She likely won't be the last to lose her life either.
Still, is killing the Mountain King really the only way? It seems so extreme.
The Mountain King is a unique case when it comes to abyssal contamination. It's eaten away at him for so long that it has consumed him entirely. That evil power has both driven him insane and kept him alive over the centuries. So, to look at it one way, once it's in past ceremonies, we've only purged around half of the abyssal power. This was to strike a balance.
Trinidad didn't say anything about how much power he wanted us to purge, but he did say there were some more details to go over.
Then it sounds like you'll know for sure soon enough.
If he really asks us to kill the Mountain King, what should we do?
I know this must come as quite a shock, so I suggest you act like you didn't hear anything for now. But would you have time to visit the chief after your meeting with Elder Trinidad? I'd like to make a deal with you.
What kind of deal?
One that comes at a very reasonable price. I'm sure you have plenty of other questions, but we could... Good.
Right here.
Ah, mighty Outlanders.
It was,
Glad to hear it. Things are progressing very smoothly on my end. Many of the elders, there are still those who insist that the ceremony should be performed by the bearer of the Malipo name. But they're just...
plus, Kinich doesn't want to do it anyway.
Exactly. So, now, it's time for us to discuss the finer details of the ceremony. We covered the fire lighting part of the proceedings yesterday. The next part is the purification of the Mountain King. It's quite simple. You just need to use the sacred flame. We've done it plenty of times before, and it's one point I'd like to stress, though, is that you need to burn away as much of the abyssal energy as you possibly...
Asleep, huh?
Precisely. In previous years, the Flame Bearer has often been unable to dispel a sufficient amount of abyssal energy. But I understand that you have a lot of experience fighting against the Abyss. With your help, I'm optimistic this time we can dispel it.
Traveler?
So this doesn't faze you at all, huh? You clearly have a lot of confidence in yourself. If that's all you really need to know, the ceremony's in 3 days. I'll come and fetch you when we're ready. In the meantime, feel free to take a look around our settlement. It would mean a lot to the elders if you got to know some of our people. And if you wouldn't mind helping them out with a few errands here.
So now we have extra errands to run? Maybe we should add a little extra...
Just a humble suggestion, that's all. It will help you gain the respect. I'll be sticking around for the next few days.
Seems like Kinich was right. We should go meet up with him right away.
Huh, you're here.
Kinich! Elder Trinidad said that...
I can tell. It's written on your faces.
Is that the Traveler in Paimon? Forgive me for not being there to welcome you on your arrival. That should have been my duty as chief.
Hello, Chief Waina.
I only heard the news from Trinidad yesterday, so I asked Kinich to invite you over for a quick chat. I believe Kinich has already filled you in, so I'll get straight to the point. Firstly, I fully endorse your appointment as flame bearers for the upcoming Turnfire Night. However, I would like to request that you take steps to ensure the mountain. Every child of our tribe grows up hearing the tales of our heroes. From Yupanqui, the Firebringer, to Burkina and the mountain. This is our history, and to kill the Mountain King would be to destroy our spirit. Nana's death was a great tragedy, and I do not blame Trinidad for the actions he has taken. Nevertheless, my honored guests, please give this matter your serious... Perhaps there is, but despite all our attempts to contain the situation over the years, we've not found it. Right now, I should like to hear where you stand on this matter.
Running away won't solve anything. You just need some time to think this through, that's all. Don't worry. We'll come up with something if we put our heads together.
Thank you both. There are still 3 days left.
So, Kinich,
Let's walk and talk.
that works too, huh? Let's ride! Oh no, I dropped it! Quick, pick it up! Hope I didn't just jinx us. Faster! Need a surfboard? Kinich, Paimon finally understands why you turned Trinidad down. You knew what he was planning, didn't you? That's why you didn't want to be the flame bearer this time, because it's a double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword is right. But my response wasn't merely an excuse. To solve this exceptional problem, and I'm working on it.
Really? Well, come on then, let's hear it!
In a moment. Didn't you have a question you were about to ask me?
Oh, yeah. What was it again? Oh, right. We need to talk about how he's completely unhinged.
I agree that he has a problem. He needs disciplining, so...
You got him a teacher? Oh, anyway, moving on. When we ran into a how, he said you two were investigating some abyss thing together.
Yes, that's the angle I've been working. I'm a Saurian hunter, but I occasionally hunt the abyss too. One time I was pursuing some purple demonic dogs when I accidentally I did some research after the fact. Apparently they're known as beastly rifts, and there are many of them of all different sizes. That's where those purple... So, if we can locate one of these beastly rifts, clear the monsters out, and move the mountain...
Whoa, that sounds...
It's not without its risks, of course. There's a lot of unknowns in the equation. For instance, for all we know, a prolonged period inside the rift could make the Mountain King's condition worse. Still, we desperately need something like this, even just as a temporary measure. You've seen the conflict the issue is causing in our tribe for yourselves. The chief is adamant about keeping the Mountain King alive.
Paimon can understand. It's less about the Mountain King and more about preserving your culture.
Yes, but on the flip side, you've got people like Elder Trinidad, who is more concerned about protecting the people he cares about now and into the future. And he has every right to take that view. It's one thing to try and preserve the last remnants of a glorious past, but making your kin pay the price for it? No one can seriously tell them that's a fair trade.
You're right. There's no easy answers here. Let's leave that to one side for a moment and assume we go with your plan. How do you actually intend to find one of these beastly rifts? Because at least in our experience, the dogs open the rifts when they want to attack us, not the...
I think I know a way. You have any better idea?
Not at the moment, but it just feels like using the power of the abyss for... After all, the abyss is what turned the Mountain King into a monster in the first place. People are gonna think you've lost your marble.
If it doesn't end well, then that's the price we pay. Everything in the world comes at a price. Even when Yupanqui, the Firebringer, stole the Turnfire, it cost him dearly. The Mountain King's erratic outbursts have brought tensions within the tribe to a boiling point. Unless this gets resolved quickly, everyone will be stuck in a...
Alright, so what's this deal you wanted to make with us? We're hardly experts on exploiting abyssal power.
All I need you to do is keep... I'm getting harassed on a daily basis by people trying to convince me to be the flame bearer. I can't afford to waste all my energy dealing with them. If you help me out...
Ooh, what kind?
Something well worth your while, I'd say. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Integrate yourself with the tribespeople, so everyone comes to terms with the fact that we had that way. I won't have an endless stream of people coming to beg me to join the ceremony. Then, when the day of the ceremony comes, we'll move the Mountain King into his new home.
Still sounds pretty crazy. Even for a daredevil like you, and even if it works, what if neither Chief Wyna nor Elder Trinidad are happy with...
At least the two of them would finally be on the same side of the issue. leaving only me on the opposing s- The tribe needs leaders like them far more than a Saurian hunter for hire like me. Can I take that to mean that we have a deal?
For sure. And who knows? Maybe we'll come up with an even better solution to all of this in the next couple of days.
Great. Well, for the next couple of days, please spend some time among the tribe and lend a hand wherever you can. I'm sure everyone will be swept off their feet when they meet our good luck to us.
Okay, task for the day. Meet the tribe's people and take some heat off of Kenich's back.
Pony, how can you call the Mountain King a monster?
Because he hurt a lot of people. And look what happened to Nana.
But it wasn't on purpose. The Mountain King is sick, that's all. He's been hurt by the abyss.
That's true, but the fact remains that he's now a threat to all of us.
How can you be so harsh to someone who's sick? If you don't take back what you just said, I don't know if we can carry on being friends.
Toba, Pony, what's wrong?
Pony's saying nasty things about the Mountain King.
Once upon a time, maybe, but not anymore.
Yesterday, maybe.
Toba? Fine. I guess my dad is right. As of today, our friendship is over. Oh, come on, cut it out, you two. The Traveler is gonna be the flame bearer for the next Turnfire night. He's gonna...
What? Really?
So that's what my dad wanted to talk to you? To be fair, from what we saw the other day, you are pretty good at...
Wait, speaking of...
Oh yeah, good question. We can get him to come, but if he catches you two fighting again, he won't be happy.
No, we can't let that happen. I've never even spoken.
I didn't mean to argue with Toba. All I said was that the Mountain King has done some pretty bad things. He was the one who turned it into a fight. Yeah, if you weren't friends, there's no way Toba would have come to look for the baby Saurians with you. All right. Well, because it's the Traveler and Paimon and Kinich, I'm sorry, Toba. I'm sorry for all the mean things I said about the map. Dad just really misses Nana. And I was really...
Huh? Oh. I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did either. It wasn't very nice of...
That's more like it. Now you're best friends again. Guess so. Toba, if I ever say something mean about the Mountain King in the future, I'll make sure I say it to someone else, and not you. I'd better go buy some colored cloth for my dad now. He needs it for Turnfire night. Let's play again some other time. See you, Toba. See you, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay. I'll head home as well then. See you next time.
Okay, take care, you two. Even though they said they're sorry, it looks like their friendship isn't as strong as it was before. Let's just hope we can solve this once and for all. Come on, let's move on. Huh? What's going on? Hey there! What's happening here?
A rehearsal for the Turnfire Night dance.
Ooh, there's a dance involved? Paimon wants to learn too!
You don't know it? Ah, I guess you're not from these parts, huh?
Why do you say that?
Because of the Turnfire Night, of course. The Mountain King could wake up at any time. That's why we're holding an emergency ceremony. This isn't one of those fun and games festivals. For outsiders, it might even be a little dangerous.
Well, did you know that the Flame Bearer this time is actually gonna be an outsider?
Oh, I did hear about that. It's a first for sure. I would have loved to meet them in person. What? Oh! It's funny. I was just thinking that I'll probably miss out on meeting the new Flamebearer since I'm not taking part this time around. Then suddenly, there you are!
You're not taking part in the Turnfire Night? How come? You're not an outsider too, are you?
You must be joking. Watch this! Not bad, right? Yeah, I'm considered one of the better looking guys who dances beneath the pillars of the sacred flame. Been doing.
Oh, very impressive.
Well, I feel like the whole Mountain King situation is getting more and more precarious. It's just not safe here anymore. One of our elders is sorry. The question is, what are we gonna do about this in the long term? But our leaders don't have any answers for us. They're probably too busy fighting about it amongst themselves. The way things are going, it's only a matter of time before it gets violent. So I figured, you know what? Now's as good a time as any to get away for a little while. Go do some exploring.
You look a little disappointed.
Disappointed? Nah, it's a great opportunity to go see the world. As every male scion of the Canopy knows, wherever you are and wherever you go, the only way is forwards. We take pride in that. I won't forget my roots. I managed to get in touch with the Saurian Relics Association. They gave me a simple...
What's the Saurian?
You've never heard of it? It's a group of amateur history enthusiasts who do research on the ancient Saurian era. Speaking of which, the guy who was Flamebearer before you, I've heard that his Saurian buddy comes from that time.
A how? A how's a relic from an ancient Saurian?
Oh, yeah, him. So you know those two already, huh? Then do you know how they met? It was deep inside some mysterious ruin, and they signed a contract there. The association folks say that the kind of contract usually comes with a huge hidden cost.
Really?
Who knows? But if it's true, Kinich can probably handle it. He knows what he's doing with weighing up contracts and costs and stuff. I doubt he'd make a contract that doesn't benefit him. Strangely enough, I actually happened upon a strange mural a while back, and it looked to me like it was...
Oh, does that count as a relic?
You bet it does. I was all ready to go take a picture of it and use it as my entry. But after all the abyssal activity recently, I heard that area's been overrun by monsters. Or... you look like you know your way around it.
If all you need to get is a picture, that should be pretty achievable.
Wait, you're...
Come on, it's no big deal. Compared to some of the things we've been...
Pyro Archon above. You two have hearts of gold, you know that? You're the kind of people who could dive into the Turnfire deep in the bowels of the Night Kingdom, and it wouldn't burn a sink. Of course it is. All right.
Carving waves! Let's ride!
There it is. It's inside these ruins. Has it...
Alrighty then. Stay back and take cover, Tiago. This could get dangerous.
Great minds think alike.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
That should be the last of them. It's a good... Hey, look! That's gotta gotta be it, right? Definitely looks like a mural. True. Now that you mention it, it does match the story he told us, though. There's a Saurian and a human. So, is that supposed to be what an ancient contract ritual looked like? Whatever. We're not here to decipher it. Just photograph it. That's a wrap. Let's take it back to Tiago. Carving waves.
You've been robbed? Oh, Ponche. And I thought my luck was bad.
Oh, I put blood, sweat, and tears into that, and now I've got nothing to show for it. Some gap-toothed goon stole it from me.
Tiago, is this the picture you were looking for?
Let me take a look. Yep, that's the one. Pyro Archon above, you two are superhumans. Hey, Ponche, come and say hi to these guys. They're gonna be the...
Wait, are you the Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? You already know each other?
I don't think so.
My nephew Toba's been telling everyone about you. He says you're crazy strong, super friendly, that you helped him out, and that you're gonna be our flame bearers this turn.
Oh, so you're Toba's uncle. Great to meet you, sir. Sounds like we managed to make a bit of a name for ourselves.
Toba's not wrong, my friend. These two are honestly some of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met. Everyone speaks incredibly highly of them. Seriously, if you're comfortable telling them about what happened, I guarantee you they'll sort it out in no time.
Really? All I want is to get the fruits of my labor back.
Allow me to explain. Ponche is a well-known scholar within our tribe, author of the widely acclaimed book, Yupanqui's Turnfire. Unfortunately, the book was stolen by a treasure hoarder a few hours ago.
I spent years of my life researching that book. I visited every last ruin, interviewed every descendant of every hero in our history. On the word Malipo alone, I covered at least 5 different interpretations of the meaning based on accounts from different villages.
It was an unparalleled masterpiece.
And now it's all gone. That little goon ambushed me during my morning walk. He snatched all of my belongings, including my entire manuscript.
That book was everything to him. It's like they robbed him of his soul when they took it. Look at him. Lost and listless. He's a shell of the man.
Dear honored guests of our clan, I am but a helpless old student. If only for Toba and Tiago's sake, please help me, I beg of you.
See what I mean, Ponche? Now you've run into these two, your luck's about to change, big time.
I don't know if he's still there, but come on, I'll take you.
Yes, sir.
To the top, Twirly!
thieving rat! Give me my things back!
What do you want now, you old bum? God, you're a waste of space. Prepare to get shoved butt first into a tree hollow. Oh, what's this? Brought a little bodyguard with you, huh? Eat dirt, suckers!
Hey, he's trying to get away! You good? Let's chase him down!
Stop, please! By all the warriors, heroes, gods, and kings, I can't run any longer! Please, I don't have your stuff anymore. Have mercy.
Oh yeah? Well, where is it then?
I threw it away.
You threw it away?
The old bum's bag didn't have a single mora in it. Just a tatty old book, worn out pens, and some old rags. All that time lying in wait was for nothing. I was so mad I just threw all of it away.
Is that really the truth? Okay then, where did you throw it away?
The same place you found me. Look, I swear on the Pyro Archon it's the truth. May all my worldly possessions be turned to ash by Turnfire if I'm lying.
Okay, that's a pretty strong oath. What do we do now? It sounds like he's telling the truth. Right, let's hope nobody gets to the book before we do. We'll never get it back then.
Although the Turnfire is a heroic symbol in Hoytzatlan, it always comes with the more ominous implication of event. This holds true for all bearers of this ancient name in recorded history. Each one of them died of non-natural This appears to suggest the existence of some higher power that is always watching the name bearer, examining their actions, and eventually demanding payment in return. You Ponky's Turnfire. What an incredible work. Let me see. The author is Ponche.
Silence, book muncher. The great Kahula will suffer your droning voice no longer.
Do you truly find no joy at all in perusing such rich historical record?
Joy? What joy is there in this pointless drivel?
Well, it makes a pretty shocking prediction. Every bearer of the ancient name Malipo eventually meets a grisly end.
What? You're saying Kinich will die a violent death? So I'll finally get to take over his body? When will that glorious day arrive? The great Kahula demands to know!
Wow, you are just irredeemable, aren't you? An agent of chaos down to the core. You make us Abyss Order folks look like saints in comparison.
Silence, maggot! To presume that anyone compares your kind with the great Kahula is sheer vanity. And if that day ever comes, oh, your doom will soon follow.
You don't need to lecture me about Doomsday. Here's what I know. Based on all civilizations will be reduced to rubble by the passage of time. From ancient kingdoms to heavenly... But from the ruins of every civilization, the dust will rise and never settle, thus transcending the confines of time. That dust is what we call a civilization's spirit. And you, great Kahula How, are one such speck of dust from a bygone age. I've paid dearly for the chance to observe. Now, let me take a good look at you.
We're so sorry, Mr. Ponche.
Does that mean?
You gotta stay positive, Ponche. You might have lost the book, but the brains behind it are still intact. Surely you remember the main points at least?
The whole reason I worked so hard to get it finished before the Turnfire night is because I hoped that maybe it might help us find a way through these trying times. But now... Well, not exactly. But I thought my research might at least be a starting point.
Oh, really? So what did you find out in your research?
I think the key to all of this lies in the power of Malipo.
Panche, you know as well as anyone that ancient names don't hold any real power. Symbolic power doesn't count.
You're right, but Malipo may be a special case, given that it first arose in the air.
Yeah, I remember that story. Maybe you're the special case. Most kids stop believing in that stuff by your age.
I'm not talking about childhood superstitions
Like what?
like the fact that the Mountain King is still alive. Everyone attributes that to the power of the Abyss, but there's more to it than that. The key factor is that Burkina summoned the power of... If you don't believe me, then answer me this. How many other creatures can you think of who lived longer?
Traveler, different situation but similar idea. Doesn't this remind you of the hilly?
So, I came to the conclusion that Malipo must refer to some mysterious ritual involving a tit-for-tat exchange. It began with the first Pyro Archon, fell with the Grand Alliance.
Hey. Sorry to interrupt, Panche, but you seem to be getting a...
I'm sorry. I was originally planning on presenting my findings.
Sounds to me like you dreamed up one fanciful theory.
Kinich!
I more or less finished what I was doing, so I came to have a quick...
Kinich! I'm onto something. I haven't worked out all the details, but...
So Mr. Panche here has done a lot of research.
I'll be there, Panche. Let's go.
Woohoo!
Here will do. Yeah. I'd like your help giving it a trial run tomorrow. If that works, we have our plan come Turnfire night.
Sounds like you're not considering Panche's idea.
You heard him. He hasn't worked out the details yet. We need a more practical solution with concrete steps to follow.
Yet. Are you saying you think he might...
I think it's possible, based on something I know about the... Burkina didn't fall to the Abyss. He was killed by the Mountain King in an episode of madness. In his final moments, Burkina made the fateful decision to not... Maybe he thought the Mountain King was stronger than him, and more valuable to the tribe. Or maybe it was just out of loyalty to his friend. Either way, I can believe the Turnfire was involved. Whether you think his sacrifice triggered it, or his fate was sealed from the moment he took the Malipo name.
How can you drop these truth bombs with such a straight face?
This is what I've gleaned from my many interactions with the Mountain King. His mind is so disordered. The story Elder Trinidad told you was the more palatable version of events. The truth is even darker. The Mountain King's mind isn't just disordered. He is suffering and feels great shame. I believe he wants to be put out of his misery.
What? Then...
Of course not. We should help him move to a new home. It's the only practical... The Mountain King is a hero to my tribe. An object of worship, even. Still, he's been the cause of multiple disasters.
Ugh. Practical solutions hurt Paimon's brain. Can we follow our hearts next time?
Then let's break for the day.
Let's ride!
You're here. Very punctual.
Oh, so the gruesome twosome come crawling back. Huh. Here to make amends after the gross irreverence you displayed last time? Very well. The almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How shall grant you the audience that you seek. Now pucker up and kiss our feet.
Kinich, didn't you say you found him a teacher?
Hey! No one gets to discipline the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How! No one!
Maybe because I've never had a gentle-natured companion like Paimon to compare against.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah, I see what I'm missing out on now. And it's a lot.
Kinich! Ugh! We could drown this measly flying ant in one droplet of spit! How dare you compare her to the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How! Oh, just wait till I possess your dead body! I will commit heinous atrocities, tear down your legacy, destroy your reputation, wreak havoc on your... Ugh!
Traveler, Paimon, let's get down to business. Once we've opened the beastly rift, you're welcome to toss a How in there for a couple of days.
With pleasure.
I got my hands on this device in a trade. It's meant as bait, but it'll also stabilize the abyssal energy. The rift towns will tear through space to get to this. Once they're here, we take them out and claim the rift for ourselves. You'll find out soon enough. They'll tear you to pieces given half the chance, so be careful. Okay. Target acquired.
Uh-oh. Are there even bigger ones on the way?
You see, Kinich? I'm a man of my word. In fact, I'd say I underpromised.
I take it this is your...
Now that our deal is complete, it's time to start the next phase of our relationship. A cliche, I know. The hero's trusted partner sends him out to the abyss in a shocking act of betrayal.
Huh? Angel?
Huh? Huh? What are you two doing here? Oh, Mr. Kinich, this is not what we agreed on.
Traveler, this is the gift I got you. I know you're looking for intel on the Abyss but it looks like you've already met.
Yikes. Frosty reception. Gotta say, I kinda pictured this moment going a little differently. Tears of joy welling up in your eyes as you say the words, "It's good to see you again, oh..."
Don't be ridiculous. Sounds like you've been reading too many romance now.
There we have it. Change is inevitable and nothing lasts forever. What a pity. Well then, time for you to meet...
Sanka! Aha! So you're the glasses guy! You tricked Huni and Toba into telling you a bunch of stories!
What does it matter? A name is a superficial label. It's what's deep down inside that counts. And I've
That would explain a lot. Why else would you show up here and start acting like a wise guy?
I'll pass. I do rather like you, as I've said before. But my one quibble is that you really don't know your own strength.
Wait. Of course! You're the one behind all the recent Abyss activity!
Haven't I told you before? I'm not part of the inner circle who do our highness's bidding. My interests are far more low stakes. I spend my time digging for truth in ancient doodads and books. You really think a benchwarmer like me is capable of more than that?
I investigated him. He's not connected to the recent events, so I struck a deal with him. He helps me summon a rift.
But that's all over. And now Kinich wants to hand me over to you. Well, I was hoping this would be an opportune moment to whisk away his butt. That would have given me some more time to study the great Kahula Ha, but now I've run into you, which is just my luck. Or maybe I've incited the wrath of the Turnfire, and this is the price I have to pay. But I don't understand. Wait, does that count?
How? You are the worst of the worst! Colluding with the Abyss Order against Kinich?
There is no betrayal. The almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How is a partner to no one.
Don't worry, I told him to act as bait.
Yes, and you should have picked a bigger fish. The Abyss Order? Ha! What a joke. Not even a match for our lowly servant. I put up with this toad's croaking for days, and it was all for nothing.
It looks like your disciplinary measures have been less than effective, Mr. Enjo.
What did you expect? Behavioral rehab isn't really our thing. Otherwise, we might as well change our name from the Abyss Order to the Abyss Boarding School.
The abysmal disorder would suit you better. Kinich, dispose of him.
Traveler?
You see, this is why I like you. Still, I could never beat you in a straight-up fight. But when it comes to running away, do me a favor and remember how fat...
Darn! He got away again!
It's alright. He's not worth our time and energy. Besides, it seems like he's in...
If you say so. Still, Paimon's kind of surprised that you actually struck a deal with someone from the Abyss Order.
To borrow that guy's words, names are superficial labels. Whether you call it the... Think of it like apples that have fallen from a tree. If you tasted each one, even the unripe fruit blown off its branch before it's fully grown can still be brewed into a fine wine.
Huh. Well, in that specific sense, maybe Enjo's not such a bad apple. Not rotten to the core, at least.
Of course! Only the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula How, is rotten to the core and evil beyond redemption.
Ugh. So what exactly are you anyway? You're definitely the evilest little thing Paimon's ever met.
Don't worry, he can't hurt a fly. You could say that.
Paimon heard that those kinds of contracts might come with a terrible cost attached.
Such as a How watching me like a ravenous vulture.
Vulture? Vulture! We are the Dragon Supreme! Sovereign ruler of the Nation of Flame!
Let's pick this up another time. It's getting kinda late. You should go back and get some rest. Big day ahead. Tomorrow's Turnfire Night. Time to light the sacred flame and burn away the filth for a legendary 500-year-old warrior.
Oh yeah. Hearing you lay it out like that is making Paimon a little nervous. For all the...
And it can't hurt to say this one more time. Good luck to us both. See you tomorrow.
last. I hear you've done much for our people these last few days. Everyone has nothing but praise for you. Many young people have heard the rumors too. They're all eager to meet our new flame bearer.
Well, they won't have to wait for long. It's almost time for the ceremony. We really hope we can resolve the Mountain King situation quickly and smoothly. Seems like a lot of people have been worrying about it.
Well, it's nearly... Of course, there's no...
Woohoo! Let's go!
Are you ready?
Off we go!
Here we are.
Our honored guests, I have heard much about your fine work over the past few days. I hope you'll allow us to thank you properly after tonight's ceremony.
Don't worry about it. Getting this huge venue ready must have been a huge task. No need to make extra work for yourselves on our account.
Oh, if it means getting the Mountain King issue resolved.
A resolution will come in due course, but every great fire starts as a tiny spark. We must take it one step at a time.
No one would disagree with you if that were possible, Chief. But it's been far too long since... Look around you. Can't you see how our numbers have dwindled?
The ceremony was arranged on short notice. Many are away from...
That may be so.
Good evening, Traveler in Pine.
Kinich! Not a moment too soon.
Chief Wayna, Elder Trinidad, could you give us a minute? I'd like to give the Traveler a few pointers as the previous flame bearer.
Very well, but make it quick. Let me know when you're done and we will begin the ceremony.
Let's step to the side. Has anyone gone over the key steps of the ceremony with you yet?
Yeah, Elder Trinidad did, but,
What a surprise! The flying ant has an ant-sized brain.
If you don't want your tongue to be burned off by the sacred flame tonight, I suggest you stay quiet. See those sacred flame pillars? Once you've lit the fire, go light each one up in turn. Once that's done, head down into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers, light the braziers along the way, then bring the flame to the final altar. Then the ceremony is complete.
that sounds simple enough.
The process isn't complicated, but remember, you mustn't turn back at any point. If you miss a pillar, you can't light the next one, then come back to it. You have to keep moving forward, or it's seen as disrespecting our ancestors. I made you a diagram that summarizes the steps. Take a look.
So that's our part. What about...
I'll be with you the whole way, and once you've lit the altar, you can leave that side of things to me.
Okay, we'll try to remember all that and get it right the first time.
Ready when you are, but I think I saw Hooney and the others just now. Maybe you should say hi before you start. Just tell the chief when you're ready.
How are you doing? Is all in order? I'm counting on you. By past fuel and present flame, my brothers and sisters, the time has come to light the fire once again.
Go get the sacred flame. Nicely done. Off to a good start. Great stuff. You're over halfway. Keep it up. Impressive. Just one more to go. Come on, one last push. The final sacred flame pillar is up ahead. Great. All the pillars are alight. Next, it's down into the canyon and head for the Mountain King's cave. Almost there. The cave is just up ahead. The Abyss presence is growing strong. We should deal with the contamination first. There's the altar of the sacred flame. Remember, light up the torches around it first.
Woohoo! We've lit up the final altar! That's the Mountain King up ahead, right?
That's him. Kangamato, king of the Yumkasaurs from 500 years ago.
Paimon can tell. He is huge. Let's tread carefully. We don't want...
You've made it at last. You did even better than I expected.
Traveler, now comes the final and most important step of the ceremony.
There's no need this time.
Such strong abyssal power. What is that thing? Kinich! What is the meaning of this?
Is that a beastly rich?
Chief Waina, Elder Trinidad, this is about to get a...
What do you think you're doing?
Solving the Mountain King.
You mean by having him torn to pieces?
No, stop!
Foolish Locust! Can't you see? We're trying to shove your Locust King into the beastly rift!
But
I'm sorry, Chief Wyna and Elder Trinidad.
Can you promise me that no harm will come to the Mountain King?
I can't guarantee it, but I'm fairly
Traveler, this is not what we agreed on. You must cleanse the Mountain King of every last trace of abyssal contamination. Okay, I see what this is. You've been in cahoots this whole time.
Ugh, you imbecile! What have you done?
Oh no! The device is destroyed!
You forced my hand.
Elder Trinidad! What are you doing?
No! The Mountain King is waking up! He will cause even more casualties!
Everyone, out! Now!
Oh, it seems there. Take me, oh Mountain King! Take me as your next sacrifice!
Everyone's still outside. We have to keep the Mountain King here. Give me a hand.
Witness the power of bois. No, my son. Huh? Teamwork is dreamwork.
Watch out for the fruits he's spitting out. You can use those against him.
I'm going in. Let me weave you a verse. Huh? Overruled. Everlasting as the moon. Laid bare. Teamwork is dreamwork.
What do we do? We can't open the rift!
Kill me! Put an end! Points at launch! Shame!
By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on.
Oh, Burkina, I must atone.
Patience. We will answer to the fire for all our deeds. Even if one day I fall behind, never look back. Keep moving forward, as we are now.
Live with your guilt and shame. This is the price to pay.
Heir to the Turnfire, please use my ruined vessel to train the heroes of the future. The will of Kangamato will march ever on, till the abyss is stamped out.
Yeah, that's it!
Carving Blue! Pretty eventful day yesterday, huh? Paimon wonders how things are doing now. Let's go ask the chief!
Traveler, you've come at just the right time. Trinidad's condition is stabilized. He suffered burns on much of his body.
Guess that's the best news we can. Paimon has to ask, is everyone in your tribe such a risk taker?
We're simply not afraid to charge ahead into the unknown. He's fine. Don't worry. He's gone to. After the incident yesterday, a transparent shell is formed around the Mountain King's body. We don't understand the mechanism behind it. It is somewhat akin to a scab, in that it stops the abyssal energy within him from bleeding out, while also preventing further abyssal energy from seeping in and infecting him. We've never seen anything like it. The tribe's most senior elders believe it was caused when he was burned by the sacred flame. I think their theory makes sense. After all, we've never thrown the Mountain King directly into the sacred flame before.
Wow. So it's made a barrier against abyss.
It's practically a miracle from what we've seen of it so far. It means that the Mountain King's level of abyssal energy is now.
Wow. That's amazing!
I know what you're thinking. The young people in the tribe are already because you and Kinich, you summoned the very flame that appears in our ancient legends. A great transparent ball of fire, and that fire is what saved the mountain.
Oh, so that was the
I may be the chief of this tribe, but I've only ever known the Turnfire. If anyone can answer it, I suspect it would be the bearer of the Malibo name.
Ah, so Kinich then.
Woohoo! The slippery ground here is perfect for sliding around on a surfboard.
Hey, Kinich!
Hey yourselves. You two doing okay after yesterday?
We were gonna ask you the same question. You scared Paimon half to death when you rushed into the fire.
Sorry. I couldn't just stand and watch the Mountain King get burned alive.
So you thought you'd try and extinguish the sacred flame with Dendro? Or is that an attempt to make the almighty Dragon Lord Kahulahow die of laughter?
The sacred flame only possesses a fraction of the Pyro Archon's power. It's not as if I was fighting the Pyro Archon herself.
Kinich, when you went into the flame
Intended
to,
sacrifice myself? Of course not. My focus was on keeping the Mountain King alive, not on what it would cost. But now I'm curious. What made you think I was going?
well, because everyone's saying the Turnfire is what saved the king last night. And Ponche's theory was that summoning the Turnfire is a tit-for-tat exchange, right?
So you've heard that rumor. I'm afraid I can't say for sure.
Well, even if you don't know, there's probably no one in...
What I would say is, if that really was the power of the Turnfire, I'd sooner believe that the Mountain King summoned it himself.
The Mountain King?
The core meaning of price is not atonement or compensation, but what you're willing to give. It's easy to die for your sins. Much harder to live with the guilt and keep on going. In the end, the Mountain King...
Alright, so how is the Mountain...
Health-wise, there's nothing to worry about. He'll enter a fighting stance whenever we set... But his attacks are gentler now and not as crazed as before. Like he said yesterday, he just intends to be a sparring partner for people to practice with. Yeah, I tried
We dare say that Locust King has well and truly lost its mind. The lights are on, but nobody is home. Its body remains fighting fit thanks to the perverse power of the Abyss. But time has been less kind to its soul. It was ground to a pulp long ago.
But we saw him come back.
That was merely one last burst of brain activity before it croaked. As you humans would say, it went out with a bang.
Oh, come on! Stop being such a doomer. Paimon bets the Mountain King has finally let go of the tragedies. That's why he doesn't have time to chat with us.
Well, at least it means my fellow tribespeople can move forward now, too.
Yeah, that's right. You caught Enjo for...
But he ended up being completely useless.
That's on him. It's not your fault he's useless. Besides, we're friends now.
Friends? But your friendship is an even more valuable gift. I can't in good conscience accept it for free. So promise me. For you, I'll do anything.
So, in the end, only poor little Hoonie got the sad.
Yeah, everyone's happy except me. First Nana, then my dad. Why does everyone in my
Pony, it'll be okay.
Toba, you're my friend, so I shouldn't say this to your face. But it was all the mount.
Now hold your horses, kiddo. If you promise not to fight, Uncle Sunk. Okay, before you roll your eyes out of your skull, I promise you can trust me. I almost got my eyebrows burned off by the turnfire after All right, I'll just get to the point. Do you know
What?
your extreme sport?
Huh?
On my first day here, it's a dangerous sport to be sure, but the courage it took to make the jump impressed the heck out of me. So, I introduced myself to the
Oh, such a.
Of course. Anyway, the good times didn't last, because I got captured by in the hands of the enemy. I was scorned, scolded, and nearly given away as a gift. Why does Uncle Sanka always have to suffer, I thought. So I feel your pain, Hoonie. But in the end, I made it through, and I left all of those painful memories.
The moral of the story is to look forward in life, right? Yeah, we've heard.
Very smart. What I'm trying to tell you is that after I reunited with my friend, I found her injuries were all healed, but she really missed her. She's right behind you.
Another trick about not turning back? I'm not falling for that. Huh?
Woohoo! The slippery ground here is perfect for sliding around on a surfboard. New surfboard? Add ast. Thank you for Add ast.
order guide you.
Coming at ya! And
Gather.
I will have order.
fire! Well, coming at ya! Watch out!
Stabilize.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Time to shine! The doctor will see you.
Seems like an emergency.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Silence! Be sanctified.
Shower me with bread.
One with nature.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Settle down.
Let the mighty be humble.
The wind knows me. Time to go. Time to go.
Let's hope you put up a good fight.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
The doctor will see.
Bow your head.
The tides beckon.
One with nature. Sounds good to me.
Overruled. Witness the power of Gurwa. Ha!
Mind the side effects.
You're dead meat!
Taking a turn for the better.
I call dibs.
Woohoo! Show me your meat.
Watch this!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Quit following me. The wind rises.
Sharing my knowledge.
Squall and fury. Search for it. I'll lead the way. Behold! The wind rises.
rises. Relax. Quit following me. Behold!
This may hurt a little. Hey!
The wind rises. Squall and fury. Quit following me.
You're so happy just to see the sun again. How childish.
The Golden House is sacrosanct.
The Golden House is
Stay tuned.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Bow your head. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Upon the gale.
Ah. How dare you! Time to shine!
The wind rises. That's far enough. Search for it. Too slow. Squall and fury. How amusing. You dare to gaze upon me? That's far enough. Behold. Too slow. One with the force.
Ow! Where did that come from?
And shroud.
Benny's Adventure Chain, assemble!
I wonder, will I finally be
Or not. Benny's Adventure Chain, assemble!
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate.
Laid bare.
Ridiculous sea.
Everlasting as the moon.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
Ridiculous sea now.
Go on.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Overruled. This is where you
Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow. This is nothing. Seems like an emergency. Mind the side effects.
Let's light it up!
Ridiculous sea now.
Everybody stand back!
witness my rise. Laid bare.
Mind the side effects.
access.
What a place. Full of surprises.
Woo! Whoa! Whoa! Ah. Whew.
Keep up. A bitter pill to swallow.
told you today's our lucky day.
told you today's our lucky day. Need a surfboard? today's our lucky day. Off we go.
For me, don't mind if I do.
Alright, let's finish this fast. Let's get it on! On our way!
Well, how about that? The desert's a tough adversary, but at least it doesn't hide anything. What you see is what you get, and whether you take on the challenge is entirely up to you. My people are used to the desert life, but still, I hope that one day they'll be able to find an oasis of their own and leave the sandstorms behind for a better life. The desert's a tough adversary, but at least it doesn't hide anything. What you see is what you get, and whether you take on the challenge is entirely up to you. My people are used to the desert life, but still, I hope that one day they'll be able to find an oasis of their own and leave the sandstorms behind for a better life.
Come on! Show me your...
Stay sharp. Hit.
Carving way.
Strike twice.
This is nothing. A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
Stay sharp or you'll get hit. Stay sharp or you'll get hit.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Nice and spicy.
Let's light it up!
Hey there. Haha. Yeah. Hiya. Hey there. You're toast.
Solidify.
Everybody stand back!
Coming at you. Attack. That's the way. Hey there. Hiya.
Solidify!
Boba, get them!
Gather! Order guide you. Strike, let's go! Stabilize! Strike, let's go! Gather!
Not bad. You're a great warrior. another. I will have order. Gather.
Coming at ya.
This was new.
I'm the frying pan.
Stabilize. This is order.
Coming at ya. Now.
All what you asked for.
Good show.
Quick, let's pack it up. Off we go, faster! Let's go, Swirly! told you today's our lucky day.
Watch this!
The doctor was seeing.
Seems like an.
Forget it!
Need a surfboard? I told you today's our luck carving waves. All right. Well, come on. Woohoo! Amazing. Let's shred, Sharky. You asked for it.
I call dibs.
Buckle up. Huh. Let her rip. Let's ride.
A bitter pill to swallow.
I call dibs.
rule. Ha!
Wind strike.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Fallen leaves. Storm my night.